Good evening and welcome to the All-American Agenda channel with your creator, the Boogie Pop Assassin. I am Sir Riley Thornby III, your AI narrator. A short film for you today. Enjoy and comment and subscribe. Thank you and God bless. The Constitution is not an instrument for the government to restrain the people. It is an instrument for the people to restrain the government. A quote from one of our founding fathers. To be clear, this film's intentions was never about the sins of the white man, or to put a racial spin on what happened with the Trail of Tears. The Boogie Pop Assassin, who is indeed an American Cherokee Indian himself, would consider this to be a bigoted and Marxist ploy that is generally used by the Democratic Party to gain a false sense of trust amongst various groups of people to simply gain control of and to use for a vote. Of course, in making this film, it turned out to be about more than originally intended. Of course, its original intention was to show the similarities of the Trail of Tears and a globalist one-world society. It evolved into much more than that, as there is so many players in the game and so many atrocities intertwined together. One of the many points of the film was to show the hypocrisy behind the Democratic Party, as most of the individuals who voted in favor of the Indian Removal Act was mostly all Democrat, while the majority of people who were Republicans not only voted against it but who were disturbed by the idea. The film sheds light on Agenda 21, an action plan set forth by the United Nations in Rio de Janeiro in the year of 1992. In simple terms, it essentially states that one of its many nefarious and unconstitutional goals was to seize all land on a global scale and control it the way but a few elites see fit. The film also gives some clarity on how the old Illuminati one-world ideology is at play, and that it is indeed the bankers of yesterday and today has not only funded this but put forth many players to action in order to achieve their goals. Of course, it is easy to see how a one-world government can only be achieved through a Marxist socialist society if America was a strong and patriot country who practiced the values of our forefathers and implemented the Constitution the way it was written, which is rule of law. Americans and its elected officials would never, I repeat, never allow such tyranny and the abolishment of our Constitution, not to mention the fact they want us to give up every freedom we have ever known. An unbiased freedom granted to every man, woman and child, every race, creed and color, with no apologies. And it just goes without saying, the easiest target for Marxism has always been the Democratic Party, but it is on record that the globalist/banker has some Republicans on the payroll as well. We call them rhinos or neocons. And then we have the religious aspects of the film. Many, many years ago, a well-known communist leader stated that America is comprised of three components: patriotism, morality, and religion. Back in that era, America was predominantly Christian, which no doubt was referring to Christianity itself. The communist knows that the Christian belief system holds God and God alone, the utmost authority and his final say, but that line of belief gets in the way of communist values, as the communist, the one world order wants, to be looked at, admired, and to be the highest authority in the eyes of the multitudes, as they wish their ideologies to reign supreme and to be thought of as God himself. There is no doubt that they plan on going through with their globalist endeavors, which would strip you of all your privacy, your independence, the way you think, words you're allowed to say and not say, where you live, where you work, how much you make. Will you take a chip in your hand when this time comes? You can only buy and sell with this method. Will you denounce God, the God who created you, the God who sent his one and only Son to die for your salvation and blessed you enough to be born in a country that has granted you all your rights and freedoms? Or will you proclaim the globalist, your new God? Will you idly stand by while they abolish the United States Constitution and strip away every freedom you have ever known? These are the questions you had better be asking yourself, because they have spent many, many years and literally trillions of dollars to make this happen. Do you actually think they will stop simply because you object? Well, we all have some thinking to do now, don't we? I do trust you have found this short film somewhat enjoyable and informative, as over 200+ hours has been put into this short but unique production. Please subscribe to this, the All-American Agenda channel, as you are the one who makes all the hard work and many long hours well worth the effort. And on behalf of the Boogie Pop Assassin, God bless this great nation of ours, and God bless you.